Morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Zhang. I belong to Group 10. Today, our group is willing to introduce the coal power plant in Vietnam. My group has 8 members, and here is the member information. Move to the outline, we have 5 parts. The energy resource used in Vietnam, the significant increase of coal power plant in Vietnam, the main issues associated with coal power plant in Vietnam, the possible replacement for coal power plant, the suitable proposal for Vietnam. Now let's start with the first part, the energy resource and usage in Vietnam. The energy resource. Vietnam is a dynamic developing economy with a relatively high growth rate. The energy sector plays a key role in promoting country's socio-economic development. Vietnam has a diverse energy fuels resource of various types. There are two main types of energy resource in Vietnam. Non-renewable resource, coal, natural gas, petroleum, and nuclear energy. The renewable energy resource, solar, biomass, wind, hydropower. Here are some pictures that illustrate how we exploit the energy resource: coal mine, hydropower, natural gas, solar energy, and wind power. This data show the progress of primary energy supply from 2000 to 2015 in kilotons of oil equivalent. You can easily see that coal and oil has strong development and become the main supply in 2015. The energy consumption. The current state of energy consumption in Vietnam is not good. Over the last decade, the country's overall energy consumption has increased by 400% due to a rise in population, urbanization, and economic development. The most important measure in the energy balance of Vietnam is the total consumption of 143.20 billion kilowatt of electric energy per year. Per capita, this is an average of 1,485 kilowatts. Vietnam could provide itself completely with self-produced energy. The total production of all electric energy producing facilities is 158 billion kilowatts, which is 110% of the country's oil usage. In addition, the consumption of renewable energy is reducing each year. This data shows the total consumption by source. You can easily see the natural gas has the lowest consumption. In contrast, the coal and oil has the strong development and become the mass consumption in 2018. In recent years, Vietnam has increased its non-hydro renewable capacity target in its power development plan from 9.4% to 21% of total installed capacity in 2013 and decreased the share of coal-fired capacity from 52% to 43%. The following chart shows the percentage share from 1990 to 2015. In 2015, the renewable energy accounted for around 35% of actual total consumption in Vietnam.
Hi, my name is Nhi, and I'm continuing with the part 2, the significant increase of coal power plants. This picture, taken on November 20, 2013, shows people unloading wood coal from a boat on a canal in Ho Chi Minh City. With a rapidly growing economy, Vietnam is facing an increase in energy demand. According to Vietnamese power company Electricity of Vietnam, energy demand in the country is forecasted to grow 10% annually. Accounting for a significant chunk of demand for energy is a demand for electricity. Currently, the use of coal in the regions is quite substantial. From 2000 to 2015, coal share grew from 14% to 35% of the total supply. Vietnam already has more than 20 coal-fired power plants with a total capacity of over 13,000 megawatts. Furthermore, data from S&P Global Platts, a provider of energy and commodities information, shows that Vietnam's coal imports in April this year hit a record 2.25 million tons, up to 132.5% year-on-year. Such figure might already seem staggering. but the potential use of Vietnam's coal will most likely be considerably higher. At the beginning of the year, the Vietnamese media announced that government power development plans will see coal power rise to 45% of the total energy mix of Vietnam by 2020 and 55% by 2025. There are also rumors that Vietnam plans to increase the country's number of coal-fired plants. According to the program, the number of coal-fired plants in Vietnam will be increased to 5 by 2020 and 51 by 2030. If it goes through, 63 million tons of coal will be consumed every year by the 22 coal-fired plants in 2020. By the time all 51 plants are operating, 129 million tons of coal a year will be burned. So, most, if not all, the issues surrounding the increased reliance of Vietnam on coal are environmental in nature. A recent Harvard University and Greenpeace study reported that an estimated 4,300 premature deaths are caused every year by existing coal plants. The number could increase annually to 25,000 premature deaths. This can be avoided as Vietnam refocuses on clean and sustainable energies.
Vietnam has already integrated a policy for the reduction of renewable energy into its energy plan. Even so, coal remains the state focus. It will remain the number one as long as coal is cheaper compared to the other energy sources. 2017 WWF Vietnam and Vietnam Sustainable Energy Alliance study.
Distributed wind and offshore wind refers to the process of generating electricity using the wind or airflows that occur naturally in the Earth's atmosphere. Modern wind turbines play a role of capturing kinetic energy from the wind and create electricity. For the principle of operation, when a wind blows past a wind turbine, its blades catch the wind's kinetic energy and rotate, turning it into mechanical energy. This rotating process turns an internal shaft linked to the gearbox, increasing the speed of rotation by a factor of 100, which spins a generator in order to generate electricity. A typical modern turbine starts to generate electricity when the wind speed reaches 6 to 9 miles per hour, known as the cut-in speed. Turbines will shut down if the wind is blowing too hard, roughly 55 miles an hour, to prevent equipment damage. Now please take a look on the comparison between wind power and coal-fired power. So wind power is an unlimited and renewable energy, but it does have disadvantages such as causing noise pollution and limits on the wind's flow occurrence. On the other hand, coal-fired power is a limited and unrenewable energy, and it causes ground, water, and air contamination and takes huge world's coal quantity.
So, wind power and solar power are common sustainable renewable source of power which has less impact on the environment rather than the coal power plant, so that we should have some suitable proposal for this kind of energy to develop in Vietnam. First, we have a look at wind power. Here are some advantage and challenge. We proud of the coastline stretch over 2,000 km, along with the annual average of wind flow speed 5 meters per second above. The demand for power consumption and production is more and more increasing. About the challenge, there are some problem about how huge construction costs. $2,500 per kilowatt and low electricity price, approximately 8.5 to 10 US cents per kilowatt hour. The shortage of wind power technologies, so that we have almost rely on foreign US and Europe. The shortage of human resource and reliable information about geology, tide, and wind speed in several areas. About the solution strategy, I think that the government should solve the problem between cost and selling price to attract more investors. Like we should take leasing and selling incentive and reduce administrative and legal procedure. Concentrate on development and research in the field of wind power. And the second part is solar energy. We should encourage the rooftop solar power project to farm residential communities and active tariff incentive to attract investors as well as accelerate investment in solar energy project. Here's our reference for your further information. That's also the end of our presentation. Thanks for your listening.